More than 1 million people are on the move. When we arrived late yesterday, we saw that the main highways heading away from the coast were choked with cars, thousands of cars, bumper to bumper, as people heed the warnings of the government, which is to get out while they still can, leave their houses behind and move inland and move to higher ground. Driving around this morning, though, we've seen that the roads are much quieter. Clearly, in this area, right on the coast where we are, most people have left. The streets are largely deserted. A few cars are driving around, a few people, emergency services are moving into town. We've seen roadblocks set up. So clearly this state is preparing for what the government is saying will be a catastrophic hurricane, something that hasn't been seen for decades in this area. We've also noticed in the large shopping centres, even 2 hours away from here, that they're starting to empty out in terms of non-perishable food items on those supermarket shelves. People are stocking up. There's big lines at the fuel depots. People are trying to get petrol while they can. And clearly people are starting to hunker down and prepare for this storm, which should hit Thursday night into Friday morning.
Yeah, it's interesting listening to officials saying, look, you may think that you can ride this out because you've ridden out previous storms, but don't think you can. Why is it that this hurricane is so much more dangerous?
The authorities are saying that it's a trifecta of three main reasons why this storm is so dangerous and so hazardous. First of all, it's the winds of over 200 kilometres an hour, bearing down on the coast, roaring across the Atlantic to hit here sometime in the next couple of days. Aside from the winds, the other big factor here will be the storm surge. You can see in the area where I am, all of these houses behind me, they're on low-lying barrier islands. And in North Carolina, the entire coastline, almost all of it, is flanked by these low barrier islands. Over the last 20 years, they've become highly developed, expensive housing, a lot of real estate there. As I said, they're low-lying, so when a storm surge of 3 to 4 metres powers in from the sea, many of these houses will be submerged, and that storm surge could continue well inland. And finally, the last factor that the authorities are talking about is catastrophic flooding. They're predicting flood waters, heavy rainfall of 70 centimetres up to a metre. That this will occur not only on the coast but inland, that the hurricane could slow down so this rain could stick around for a few days. And to give people an idea of the geography of this area, it's largely flat, it's farmland, the water table is already high, so the ability of the land to absorb this water is low, so it will lay around for days, possibly weeks. And the big concern is how long will major services like electricity, water be out and roads flooded.